not tonight, but next Tuesday night, I have my embodiment class, which is a once per month offering. It's not on the website. I mean, it's on the Google Calendar, but that's about it. You don't need to sign up or anything, just like this class, just show up and donate. It's 7 to 8:30 p.m. next Tuesday night. Embodiment is basically first like 40 minutes yoga, next 30 minutes breath work, and then last like 15 to 20 minutes sound bath. So just all different modalities to bring you into your body. And yeah, I think that's about all I got. Any questions, comments, requests? Shall we just practice? Okay. Let's do it. So go ahead and find your comfortable seat if you're not there already. And if you want, move around just a little bit. Take a moment, kind of get some physical feedback. And then eventually find stillness, settle in. So no rush. When you're ready, close your eyes. Place your hands somewhere intentionally. And feel into the length of your spinal column. So from the base all the way up to the crown of your head. And just notice any tension you're holding right away. So if you're clenching your jaw or tightening up through your eyebrows or your forehead, even your shoulders. See if you can notice, where are you resisting? Where are you tensing up? And just by noticing, allow your body to soften and relax just a little more. And start to feel into your breath. So you may start to breathe a little deeper, or you may just stick with your regular breath, your natural breath. So start to notice it more. Start to notice the expansion of each inhale, and the contraction, the letting go, emptying out of each exhale. And notice also, how do you feel emotionally, energetically? So just noticing what's present, what's flowing around inside of you. And the next time you breathe in, very intentionally fill up as big as you can. And take a moment, hold in fullness. When you're ready, big sigh, let it go. Ah. Couple more rounds like that. Inhale, fill up. Take a moment, hold, let that breath move around inside. And then when you're ready, open your mouth and let it go. Ah. One last time, biggest inhale of your morning. So breathe all the way down into your low belly, all the way up into the crown of your head. Feel your shoulders and your collarbones broaden. Big sigh to release. Ah. Very nice. Seal your lips now. And start to drop into your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. Use the muscles in the back of your throat to regulate your breath, to slow it down, to smooth it out. See if you can start to create that gentle whisper noise, that oceanic sound as your breath flows through. So stay right here, just simply breathing, feeling, observing, being with whatever's present for you this morning. You can stay here as long as you would like. Whenever you are ready, you might start moving just from your seat. So feel free to start exploring movement in your upper body or your arms. Eventually, transition to hands and knees. So no hurry, but in your own time, just come forward to your hands and your knees and start to explore your own movement from there. So you guys are familiar with moving intuitively. So move intuitively, creatively, just going by feeling. So rather than thinking about what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to look like? Rather than worrying what everybody else in the room looks like, just focus on how you feel and what your body is experiencing from the inside out. So feel into your spine, feel into your shoulders, feel into your neck, your hips, your hands, your fingers, your forearms. There's a million things to notice. There's a million ways to explore from this position. So maybe you start to feel into yourself as a more instinctual creature, like you're a four-legged animal and you're just feeling around, you're exploring your body. Maybe you just woke up from a long nap and you're getting ready to move. You're getting ready to run through the jungle. How would you explore? How would you stretch? And use your breath. So each inhale, really big, really spacious. Each exhale, see if you can find emptiness. See if you can feel your center. Your navel pulls in towards your spine at the bottom of each exhale. Nice job, you guys. So keep exploring, keep moving, doing your thing in your way for about 4 or 5 more breaths. And then eventually downward facing dog is where we'll end up. So you can start transitioning back whenever you're ready. And maybe that transition looks a certain way for you today. Maybe you want to move through a vinyasa. Maybe you want to hover your knees above the ground in tabletop for a couple breaths. So tuck your toes and just hover your knees. Really find the strength in your arms and your core. Slowly take your hips up and back. So see if you can stay curious in your practice about all the different ways in which your body can move, all the different ways in which you can be in the same posture. Once you are back in your down dog, feel into that. Move around a little bit. Maybe your movements are big and dynamic. Maybe you're taking one leg to the sky and then the other. Maybe your movements are really tiny. Maybe they're micro movements. So I might not even be able to see anything happening on the outside, but inside, you're feeling around, you're noticing, you're making little micro adjustments to be more efficient in your body, to support yourself in a more efficient way. Really nice poses, you guys. Take a couple more breaths in your down dog. Maybe you let your head shake yes or no. Maybe you take your hips side to side. And then after those couple more breaths, no rush, forward fold at the back of your mat. So just walk your hands back, bring all of the weight into your feet. So eventually forward fold back of your yoga mat. I would recommend feet at least hips width distance apart for this one. So give your hips more space, give your pelvis more space. All of your toes face forward. If you want, take a ragdoll pose, grab opposite elbows, sway or bounce. Maybe hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction. If you do take that variation, I like to point my thumbs up at my earlobes and take my elbows out wide. So it's just kind of a different way to be in that same posture. Big, spacious breath. See if you can feel your breath in your back body. Even visualize your breath moving down the backs of your legs. Take one more round. Next time you inhale, halfway lift position. So get all the rounding out of your back. Top of your head reaches forward. Tops of your thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold, let it go. Do that once more, halfway lift. So see if you can feel the strength and length in your back body and also a connection to your center, navel to spine. Exhale, fold, let it go. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart and rise all the way to stand. Nice, Kate. Arms to the sky as you inhale. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Flow with breath for a moment. Inhale, high mountain stretch tall. Swan dive down. So lead with your heart, lengthen, traction out your spine, then fold in, let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. So feel into this. How much length and strength can you create? Exhale, fold all the way to emptying your breath. Enable the spine connection. Lead with your heart. Take it up. Arms reach, big full body stretch. And hands to your heart center. Exhale. One more round like that. Maybe try closing your eyes this time. Inhale, reach up. Feel a neutral spine and a neutral pelvis. Exhale, slow dive all the way down, mindfully, intentionally with your breath. Lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe in, good, and then let it go. Fold deeply, empty out. Press into your feet, lead with your heart. Fill up with breath as you reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Nice job, you guys. As you inhale, arms to the sky. And then this time, we're gonna take a yin-yang side body stretch. So right arm under, left arm over. You're reaching your right fingers towards the windows and your left fingers towards the door, towards the right side of the room. More weight in your left foot. Your hips are reaching to the left. Breathe into your left side. It's like somebody's grabbing your hands and pulling them in opposite directions. Take one more full round of breath. Nice, Megs. As you inhale, come back through center, arms reach up, realign. And then other side, up and over. So left arm under this time. Yeah. Right side really long. More weight in your right foot. Breathe into your right waistline and the space between your right ribs. Reach through your fingertips. Again, like somebody's pulling on your wrists, opposite directions. One more round. Beautiful job. Back to center as you inhale, both arms to the sky. And exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine. If this feels like enough, perfect. If you tend to lock out your elbows, try bending your elbows and pressing your palms, and then squeeze your elbows towards one another behind your back. See if you can start to reach your hands away from your body, so towards the back of the room. And then if you would like, add a little back bend. So press your hips forward, but hug in with your inner thighs. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. So it's like you're puffing up through your chest. Feel that opening in the front of your shoulders, wherever you're at. One more big inhale. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips. Exhale all the way down into your fold. So your hands are still clasped. Hang out for about 2 or 3 rounds. Let your head be heavy. Let your neck relax. If it feels better, might feel a little easier to take your feet out wider or to bend your knees a little more. See if you can keep your weight more in your toes and the balls of your feet, less in your heels. So use your core to lift your sit bones super high. See if you can lift your knuckles even higher. If you're pressing your palms and that feels like too much, you can let that part go. Take one last big in-breath. Nice work. Exhale, hands to low back, then release your clasp. Let your arms hang. Nice, Ellie. You can give them a little shake out if you want to. Maybe shake your head a little bit. And then next time you inhale, halfway lift position. Lengthen and realign. Good. Exhale, plant your hands or your fingertips, and like you're a 4-legged creature, super mindfully crawl your hands to the top of your mat. Come into a plank pose. So shoulders over wrists, hips level with your shoulders. Once you're there, be there for a couple of breaths. Spread your fingers, push the ground away. Take little tiny rocks forward and back. Draw your belly button in and up. Breathe into your back body. See if you can even feel the fronts of your thighs, your quad muscles turn on, feel them squeeze. Take one more big inhale, little tiny rock forward onto your tippy toes or knees come down to modify. Exhale, lower halfway. Strong through your arms and your belly. Nice, Charles. Inhale, push up, high plank. Do that just one more time, slow motion. Exhale, halfway down. Don't let your belly drop. Inhale, push up, high plank. And then slow as you can go, all the way down to your belly. Nice, see? Find a back bend of your choice. So go for Spider-Man Cobra if you like it, Sphinx pose, baby cobra, full cobra, up dog. Maybe give yourself a couple breaths or so. Then when you're ready, nice Kathy, downward facing dog. Big, deep breaths, Ujjayi. So fire it up, feel it and hear it as it flows through you. Use it to support your body. So your breath shouldn't feel like you're fighting against it the entire time. It should feel like it's guiding you, powering you through your practice, supporting you from the inside out. Take a couple more rounds in your down dog. See if you can really feel into the length of your side bodies. Feel into the lift that comes from your center. You can have a big bend in your knees, or you can work your legs towards straight, whatever feels most beneficial for you. Take one more big inhale, push the ground away. And as you exhale, this time gaze forward, step, tiptoe, or hop top of your space, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen your spine, back of your neck long. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way to stand. Big stretch at the top, breathe in. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, this time, arms to the sky, inhale. And then exhale, just cactus your arms for now. So nothing else, just cactus your arms. Take a moment, we're gonna move into this back bend slowly. So hug in with your inner thighs like you're squeezing a block, and then start to press your hips forward. And at the same time, press your arms back, your chest forward. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze towards your spine. Focus on the bottom tip, see if you can squeeze more, and then curl open a little more. So rather than letting your head just fall and collapse back, extend back, strengthen the sides of your neck. You should be able to hold and breathe here. Hug in with your inner thighs as you press your hips forward. Take one more round, soften through your face. Squeeze bottom tips of shoulder blades. Inhale back to center, reach up and realign your spine. As you exhale, chair plane. So for now, keep your heels on the ground, swing your arms back. You're still in a somewhat of a back bend, heart opener. So rather than rounding, looking down, lift your heart, gaze slightly forward. Maybe bend your elbows and try to squeeze your elbows towards one another behind your back. Choose to stay here or add a little balance challenge. Now float up to your tiptoes. If you float to tiptoes, the higher you lift your heels, see if you can get your butt to go lower. So bend your knees even more. Yes. Nice, Sandra. Take one more full round of breath. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. High mountain as tall as you can grow. Maybe stay on your tiptoes as you slowly dive down. So balance challenge. Feel that little tremble, that little shake. Meet yourself right there. Halfway lift with your heels on the ground. Inhale. Nice, Brenda. And exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. Take your vinyasa however you would like. So you can add or subtract or skip it all together. Nice, Megs. See you back in downward facing dog. Big, deep breaths. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. If you want, go ahead, do whatever you want. Open your hip, roll out your ankle, explore with your right leg, but eventually feel into your square hips. So find square hips with your inner thighs facing one another, with your right hip facing down and slightly back. And then see if you can make your right leg super strong and powerful. So I don't care so much about height. but go for length, strength, power from your fingertips all the way up to your right heel or your toes. Take one more big inhale. Awesome, Sydney. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So round a lot, curl in. Stay here as you breathe in. Your shoulders are over your wrists or on your back tippy toes. And then exhale, step forward, soft. Take a moment to just kind of explore your legs this morning, to move, to stretch, to feel. Maybe all you do is close your eyes, send your breath down into your legs. Notice what's there. It doesn't have to be fancy. In your next couple of rounds, crescent lunge, rise when you're ready. So front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. Hips are square. So energetically pull your front hip back and pull your back hip forward like you're plugging the femur bones into the hip sockets. Good. Take one more inhale here. Lift your heart, reach through your fingertips. And then as you exhale, I haven't taught this in a long time, call this praying monkey. So hands to your heart, bring your left knee up next to your right knee. So you're balanced on your right foot. Yeah, and it's like you're in a one-legged chair pose. So see if you can keep your heart lifted, your gaze forward rather than down. Squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your inner knees together. Keep a bend in your right leg. Take one more round, feel that heat build. Next, inhale, back to crescent lunge. So step your left toes back, reach your arms up, and exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Good job. Pyramid stance. Step your left foot forward about a foot or so. Both feet flat on the ground. And I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beat. Come to a halfway lift position and pause. Bend your front knee a lot for just a moment. And then see if you can really slowly and mindfully re-straighten your front leg by pressing back through your right thigh and lifting through your right sit bone. So it's like there's a rope attached to your right butt cheek, and it's literally pulling back and pulling up. Lengthen from your head, top of your head, back to your right hip. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, fold. So forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine. Keep pulling your right hip back and up. Keep pressing back through the very top of your right thigh. So if possible, squeeze through the front of your right thigh. Your quad is engaged while the back of your leg, your hamstring, is stretching and lengthening. Breathe into that space. Take about 2 more rounds. Use your exhales to work your fold a little bit deeper. Good work. End of your next exhale. Walk your fingertips forward, so bend your front knee if needed, and then float your back leg to the sky for standing splits. We won't hold it super long. Get your left leg as high as you can and as strong, as powerful as you can. Active through your left foot, so spread your toes, point, or flex through your left foot. Take one more big inhale. Good job. As you exhale, left knee to your nose. So round your back, hollow out your belly, just curl in. Inhale, re-extend your left leg up. And then as you exhale, step your left foot all the way to the back of your yoga mat. Set up a warrior 2 stance. So back heel pivots down and then rise as you are ready. Right fingers reach forward. Your right knee aims forward. See if you can feel your front knee tracking towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in towards your big toe. Back leg is strong, back foot is rooted. Next time you breathe in, legs stay the same, but reach for the front wall. So reach as far as you can, and then nothing changes except your arms. Right arm towards the ground, left arm towards the sky. So your heart does not close off. Heart stays open, hips stay open. Nice, Paul. You can stay where you're at or move into your own variation. Maybe right elbow rests on your right thigh. Maybe a half bind, full bind. Perhaps your left arm reaches forward, bicep next to your ear. So stay in your pose, stay with your breath. Keep wrapping your right butt cheek under. Keep rooting down into your back foot. Take one last round, soften through your face. Awesome, Liz. Next time you breathe in, reverse your warrior. So legs stay the same. Reach up, reach slightly back. Sometimes I like to take that yin yang variation. Left arm can be in front of your belly or behind your back, you choose. And then right side really lengthens. Yeah, track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Lift your right rib cage up away from your right hip. Last big breath. Nice work. End of your exhale, back to warrior two. As you breathe in, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, take both arms up. As you breathe out, swan dive down into a wide-legged forward fold. Anywhere you want to go here for about 5 breaths. So feel free to move around, to explore, to be curious, to play. Good. Wherever you want to go, just make sure your breath is right there with you. Just noticing, feeling, observing without judgment, but just observation. Take your last couple of rounds. You can exhale out your mouth anytime. Very nice, everybody. Next time you breathe in, come to a halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Walk your hands to the top of your space. Rotate your toes to face forward. You're back in a low lunge. From your low lunge, inhale your right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. So all the way back and up. Exhale, either straight to down dog or rock forward, your variation of plank to chaturanga. So you might hover your right leg, you might not. Very nice. Good job. And then back to down dog. Big deep breaths. Walk it out. Feel around. Come back to this moment, the here and now, whatever there is to feel, whatever there is to notice. Come back to your breath. Next time you inhale, left leg to the sky. So 3-legged down dog. And if you want to, open your hip, roll out your ankles, circle your knee around, any little bits and pieces of exploration you want, and then find your square hips. So in your next couple of breaths, left hip faces down, slightly back. Your inner thighs face each other. Notice if you tend to collapse into your outer right hip and hug in with your right inner thigh. See if you can make your left leg really strong. So if I came over and tried to press it down, nothing would happen. It wouldn't move. Take one more big inhale. Push into the ground, lengthen your side bodies. Exhale, left knee to your nose, round your back, shoulders over wrist, hollow out your belly, stay here, breathe in, you're on your back, tippy toes, push the ground away. Exhale, step forward softly. Good, take a moment to stretch, to move, to explore. Anything you want to do on this side, just feel around. In your next couple of rounds, high crescent lunge. Rise up, settle in. So find the stability in your legs, in your foundation, by hugging towards midline. So front hip pulls back hip pulls forward. Your back leg should feel just as strong and powerful as your front leg here. Lift your heart, little tone in your belly. So if it feels like your front ribs are just shooting forward, see if you can knit your front ribs together, even just a little bit. Take one more big inhale to reach up high. As you exhale, praying monkey. So hands to your heart, and then bring your right knee up next to your left knee. So it's like a one-legged chair pose balanced on your left foot. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your inner knees. So hug towards midline. Weight is mostly in your left heel. If you can, gaze forward rather than down. Keep your right foot active, the one that's lifted. Take one more breath. Next time you inhale, back to crescent. So reach your right toes back, reach your arms up, gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands down. pyramid stance. So step your back foot forward about a foot or so. I prefer my feet on 2 train tracks always. Some people like their feet on a balance beam. You do what works best for you. Inhale to a halfway lift. So I bring my hands to my front shin or to my hips. You can use blocks if you've got them. Bring a big bend into your front knee for just a moment. And then really slowly work your front leg towards straight by pressing back through the very top of your left thigh and lifting through your left sit bone. Your left butt cheek wants to lift up towards the sky. So feel all of that length from your left hip to the crown of your head. Take one more inhale, lots and lots of length. Keep that length as you fold. Exhale, so forehead toward shin, nose toward knee, navel toward spine. As you work your fold, keep lifting your left hip up and back. Left sit bone up and back. Try not to roll onto the outer edge of your left foot, but stay rooted through the inner edge as well. Take about 2 more rounds of breath. Left butt cheek pulls back and lifts up energetically. Exhale to fold deeper from the inside out. Last round. Very end of your exhalation, fingertips to the ground if they're not there already. Walk your hands forward and float your back leg to the sky. So bend your front knee if you need to. Nice, Jen. Right leg lifts. Strong through your right leg, active through your right foot. Relax your neck, let your head be heavy. It's just a one-legged forward fold. Soften where you can soften your outer shell. Very nice poses, nice soaks. Take one more big inhale, reach your right leg higher, maybe spread your toes. Exhale, crunch, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, hollow out your belly. Balancing on your left foot, inhale, re-extend your right leg up. And then as you exhale, step your right foot back, this time setting up a warrior 2 stance. Rise when you are ready, Virabhadrasana 2. So left toes forward, right toes face to the right. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. And if you want, I really like closing my eyes in warrior 2 and feeling around. Feel into your shoulders, let them soften. Feel into your hips, let them open. Feel into your pelvis, keep it nice and neutral. Feel your feet rooting down. Next time you inhale, legs stay the same, but reach forward as far as you possibly can. And then just your arms change. Left arm towards the ground, right arm towards the sky, or take your own variation. Maybe left elbow rests lightly on your left thigh. Maybe right arm reaches forward towards the front wall. Half bind, full bind, wherever you go, just make sure you can breathe. Big, deep breaths. 2 more. Beautiful work. Nice poses, you guys. Next time you inhale, reverse your warrior. So stay in your legs, reach up, reach back. Keep that deep bend in your front knee, and then lift your left rib cage up away from your left hip. If you want to turn it into a yin-yang variation, your right arm might be in front of your belly or behind your back, reaching towards the front wall. Soften through your face. 1 more huge breath. End of your exhale, back to warrior 2. Breathe in, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, take your arms to the sky. And as you breathe out, swan dive down, wide-legged fold. Again, anywhere you want to take it for about 5 rounds of breath. So your own exploration here. Anything goes, or maybe you just want to hang out, be still. Feel all those little tiny micro movements inside. Big deep breaths. Whatever's moving through, just let it. So give everything permission to have space inside of you, not trying to control or fix, just allowing what's there to be acknowledged, to be held. Give it your awareness, your breath. Take 1 more round. Next time you inhale, fingertips to the ground, halfway lift position with your spine. Bend your knees if you need to. Crawl your hands forward, low lunge. And then next time you inhale, three-legged dog, left leg all the way back and up. You can go straight to down dog with your exhale or rock forward. Your variation of plank to chaturanga. Hover left leg if you want to. Set your left foot or both knees down if you'd like. So find your way back to down dog, no rush. If you'd rather, you can grab a child's pose instead. Take a moment to rest. So just breathe, just notice. If you're in down dog, maybe you're pedaling out your heels. Maybe a couple open mouth sighs would feel good. We'll move through that entire sequence now as a flow, breath to movement. So it doesn't mean we speed through it, just trying to get it done. It means we move slowly with each breath. We transition slowly. We move mindfully. If at any time you need a little break, you want to do your own thing, you want to modify, please always feel free to listen to your body first. If you are coming with me, downward facing dog. One more big inhale. Exhale, gaze to the top of your space, step or float, forward fold. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Roots through your feet all the way to stand. Arms to the sky. Big stretch. Inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale. And here we go. Inhale, take your arms up. High mountain. Exhale, baby back bend. Cactus your arms. Bottom tips of shoulder blades. Squeeze, curl open. Inhale, find neutral. So back to center, reach up. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Swing your arms back, maybe lift to your tiptoes. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, high mountain, as tall as you can grow. Nice job. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, swan dive down. So let yourself shake. It's an edge, be with it. Inhale, halfway lift, heels on the ground. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. See if you can keep that exhale going as you lower down. Lift your heart as you inhale, shoulders back, away from your ears, down, away from your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great big inhalation, right leg to the sky. Use your core strength. Exhale, right foot steps forward softly. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, praying monkey, hands to heart, left knee meets right, balance on your right foot. Inhale, back to crescent, extend back, plant your toes, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, pyramid stance with a halfway lift. So work everything really long. Exhale, fold, forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine, empty all the way out. Then inhale, standing splits, back leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So curl in like you're doing a little crunch, standing on your right foot. Inhale, re-extend, left leg high. And then softly step your left foot back, set up your warrior two stance, and inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. With your exhale, reach forward and tip it over, side angle. Good, all the way to empty, stay in your legs. Inhale, reverse warrior, rise up, reach back. Fill up with breath. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, both arms reach up. ACC, and then exhale, swan dive down all the way to empty in your breath, navel to spine connection. Halfway lift, fingertips on the ground, inhale. And then exhale, walk your hands forward, rotate toes forward, back to a low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. Straight to down dog, or exhale, rock forward, plank to chaturanga, your own variation. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. All right, friends, inhale your left leg to the sky, strong and powerful. Soft and slow, exhale, left foot steps through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise. Exhale, praying monkey, hands to heart. Bring your right knee up to meet your left knee, balancing on your left foot. Stay low. Inhale, reach, step back, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, pyramid legs and a halfway lift through your spine. Exhale, fold as deep as you can go. Empty out in your breath. Inhale, standing splits. Walk your hands forward. Float your back leg up. Spread your toes. Exhale, crunch, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, hollow out. Inhale, re-extend. And then soft and slow, step your right foot back. Set up your warrior two legs. And then inhale, rise. With your exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over, empty out. Inhale, reverse. Keep that deep bend in your front knee. Reach up and back. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Inhale, both legs straight, parallel your feet, take your arms up. And dive down with your exhalation. Wide-legged fold all the way to empty. Lift halfway, fingertips on the ground, breathe in. Exhale, mindfully crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. With your inhale, three-legged dog. Take your left leg back and up. That's it, Laura. And then exhale, you choose straight to down dog or rock forward, chaturanga. Make it your own. Nice, Liz. Lift your heart with your inhale. And hips as you exhale. Take a moment, walk it out. Maybe give yourself a couple big open mouth sighs. So that's the flow. We'll go through it one more time. Just like you always do, stay present and listen to my cues. I'll throw in just a couple options or different variations. If you're coming with me, one more inhale into your dog pose. Exhale, gaze to the top of your space. Step or hop forward, fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way up. Big full body stretch, arms to the sky. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, listen here. Inhale, reach up. We're gonna add our yin yang side body stretch. Exhale, right arm under, left arm on top. All the way to empty with your breath, and then back through center. Arms reach up. Other side, exhale, up and over. Back to center with your inhale. And then exhale, baby back bend. Cactus your arms, hug in with your inner thighs as you gently press your hips forward, open your heart. Inhale, realign. So see if you can feel neutral spine, neutral pelvis as you reach up. And then exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Swing your arms back. Option to lift your heels. Lift them as high as you can. Stay on your tiptoes if you want. One last time. High mountain. As tall as you can possibly grow. Stay on your tiptoes if you want. Swan dive down. So challenge yourself. Be playful. Have fun. Halfway lift with your inhale. Heels on the ground. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Keep that exhale going as you lower through chaturanga. Lift your heart with your in-breath. Beautiful, nice. Paul, exhale, down dog. All right, listen carefully. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Stay and hold, or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, back up, three-legged, stretch it out. Exhale, right to right. Aim high, add a push-up if you want. Bend your elbows, don't let your butt drop down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Awesome, Charles. And then exhale, your last one. Knee to nose, step your right foot forward softly. Rise to crescent. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. As you exhale, praying monkey, hands to your heart, left knee meets your right knee, balance on your right foot. Good, that's it. Inhale, back to crescent. Arms reach, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to the earth. Pyramid legs and a halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, work your fold. Forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine. Inhale, standing splits. Walk your fingertips forward, float your back leg up. Nice, Sandra. And then exhale, left knee to your nose, round, curl in, bend your right knee. So you're in a little tiny ball balanced on your right foot. Inhale, re-extend your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot back. Find your warrior two legs, and then inhale to rise, Virabhadrasana 2. As you exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over, pause. So you can stay in your side angle, or option for balancing half moon. Reach your right hand forward. Maybe you're using a block. Float your back foot off the ground. Good, we'll be here for about 2 or 3 breaths. So if you want, you can find a bind, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot. Maybe you play with your balance by hovering your right hand above the ground, or even bringing your right hand up to your heart space. Keep your hips open, keep your heart open, back leg strong. One last round. See if you can land in a warrior 2 stance as soft as possible. Take a moment to settle back in to find your breath. Next time you breathe in, reverse warrior. Front palm rotates up, reach up and back. And then exhale, back to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, dive down, wide-legged forward, fold all the way to empty. Lift halfway, fingertips on the ground, breathe in. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat, low lunge position with your legs. Breathe in and find your 3-legged dog, right leg up and back. Pause here. Open your right hip. So everybody bend your right knee, reach your right knee out and up. Perfect place to stay. Feel your right hip stacked on top of left. Option to flip your dog if you would like. Right foot comes down behind you. Right arm reaches forward, nice Ellie. Heart forward, lift your hips. Breathe down into your belly. Last big, huge breath. Beautiful, nice Kate. Come back, everybody. Regular down dog. So take a moment and just walk out your dog. Find your breath. You can keep walking it out in down dog, or option, next inhale, rock forward to your high plank. Maybe you hover your right leg. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down, strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back and down. Exhale, lift your hips. All right, inhale, left leg to the sky. Hang out and hold, or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Push the ground away as you come forward. Yes, inhale, back up, stretch it out. Exhale, left to left. Aim for your armpit and maybe even bend your elbows out a little, push up. Inhale, back up. Very nice. Last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, then step forward softly. Crescent lunge, rise with your inhale, strong legs, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Praying monkey, hands to heart, right knee meets left. Inhale takes you back to crescent lunge. Step back, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the earth, pyramid stance and a halfway lift with your next inhale. So take your inhale to lengthen and then use your exhale to fold, bow, empty out. Inhale, standing splits, right leg lift. Good. Active through your right foot, right knee to your nose, round, curl in like a little crunch. Very nice. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot back. Pivot your back heel down and inhale, warrior two, rise. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over. Here's where we will pause. Stay where you're at, or option for balancing half move. So left hand reaches forward, back leg floats up. Back leg strong and powerful. If you want to move into the bind, Ardha Chandra Chapasana, feel free. Heart is open, hips are open wherever you are at. You can feel your breath flowing freely through you. Last couple of rounds, soften your face. Your back leg is lifted, lifted even higher. One last breath. Nice job, Sophia. End of your exhale, back to a warrior two stance. So soft landing if you can. Good, find your breath, settle in. Next inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, warrior two. Last time, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, take your arms up. And with your exhalation, dive down, wide-legged forward fold all the way to empty in your breath. Halfway lift as you inhale, fingertips on the ground. Exhale, walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. You're back to a low lunge. With your in-breath, three-legged dog, left leg up and back. Open your hip this time. So everybody bend your knee. Reach your knee out to the left and up towards the sky. So you feel that opening in the front of your left hip. Great place to stay, or option to flip your dog. Left foot comes down. Left arm forward. Nice, Laura. Heart forward, hips lift. Feel the strength in your back body. Your back muscles hug around your spine. One last round. Nice, Kathy. End of your exhale, regular down dog. So everybody, both feet on the ground. Walk it out for a moment. Stay right here, or inhale, rock forward to a high plank. Maybe you want to hover your left leg. Exhale, lower. Heart lifts with your in-breath. And then you choose any resting pose you want to take for a few rounds. So maybe it's child, heroes. Maybe you want to lay on your belly. Maybe you want to hang out in down dog. That feels like a resting pose for you in this moment. Just make sure you can simply feel. You can simply observe. You can notice what's there. Feel your breath, slow, steady. Use those muscles in the back of your throat to regulate your breath. Good job, friends. In your next couple of rounds, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And exhale, step your right foot to the top of your mat, low lunge. Rise up to crescent lunge. Nice job, everybody. So find stability in your legs first. And we're gonna move into an airplane lunge or full airplane. So swing your arms back, hinge at your hips. And then if you would like, float your back foot off the ground. So last balancing pose on this side. Go for a smiley face shape from the crown of your head back to your heel. Nice, Jen. One more full round of breath. You can bend your standing leg if that's helpful. Landing crescent lunge. So step back softly, arms to the sky, reach up, inhale. Good job. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Walk your hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten your legs. This time, come to a halfway lift and bring your hands to your hips. And then rise all the way up to stand. So you'll be standing in a wide-legged straddle position. Once you're here, pivot your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs. So you're in a wide-legged squat. Your knees should be pretty much on top of your ankles. Make sure they're not wider than your ankles, so adjust if needed. Hands on your thighs. Next time you inhale, like a standing cow pose, stick your butt out, reach your heart forward, see if you can press your knees open more. Exhale, twist towards the back of the room. Right shoulder dips down, gaze over your left shoulder. Press your knees open as wide as possible. Take a big, huge breath. Use your exhale to twist. Good. And then inhale through center like a standing cow. Heart lifts. Exhale, twist to the front. Left shoulder dips down. Gaze back over right. Press, especially your left knee open wide. Breathe down into your belly. One more round. Speeding it up a little bit. Inhale through center. Exhale to the back. One more time. Inhale, center. Use your exhale, twist to the front. Beautiful breathing. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten your legs. Parallel your feet. Reach your arms to the sky. And then this time, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades hug your spine. Maybe reach your hands back. Maybe lift your heart up. One more in-breath here. Keep your clasp and exhale, dive down. So wide-legged straddle. Fingers are interlaced. Lift your knuckles as high as you can. Lift your butt as high as you can. Relax your neck. Let your head hang. We won't hold it super long. Work that length in the backs of your legs. Take one more huge inhale. Lift your knuckles up, maybe even towards the windows. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. Fingertips to the ground, halfway lift position. Breathe in. Walk your hands forward. Rotate your toes forward. So low lunge. And then from here, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Set your body down gently. So take a moment, set yourself up with intention and attention. If you would rather take this in a seat or on your back, always, that is up to you. About 5 to 7 deep breaths. Just use your exhales to soften, to surrender, to let go into the pose. So just like we did at the very, very beginning of our practice, notice, where are you holding tension? Are you clenching your jaw? Are you tightening through your forehead, through your shoulders, through your fingers? Is there a way, just by noticing, you can soften just a little more? Maybe it's just an energetic softening. Nothing changes physically, but energetically, something shifts. Something softens and lets go. Take a few more rounds, 3 or 4 more breaths. Open mouth exhales are always welcome. Ah. Send your breath all the way down into your hips. Last couple. End of your next exhale. We'll meet in a three-legged tabletop. So start to lift your upper body, plant your hands, curl your back toes under, and kind of scoot your back knee forward. Then you'll unthread your right leg, three-legged tabletop. Give your right leg a nice little shake out for a moment. After a few shakes or a little bit of movement, we'll change this into a modified side plank. So your left knee kind of pivots on the ground. Your left foot comes to the outside of your mat. Right arm to the sky. Perfect. So open up. Right arm reaches up and heart opens. Maybe you take your right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Lengthen your right side. Your right foot can be on the ground to modify, or right leg can be lifted. So it's just like a half moon, but you're on your hands and your knees. Stay here, or final option, bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Start to kick, foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Let your heart look up towards the sky. Soften your face wherever you're at. One more huge breath. Good job. End of your exhale. Let it go. Back to hands and knees. And just take a moment. Move intuitively, whatever feels good. Circle your hips, take some cat-cows. Eventually, downward facing dog. Big deep breaths. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, use your core, step your left foot all the way up to the top of your space, and then rise up to a crescent lunge as you're ready. So one last time, crescent lunge. Feel the strength in your legs. Navel to spine connection, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Beautiful. One more inhale here. As you exhale, airplane lunge or full airplane. So arms swing back. You can keep your back foot down, or back foot floats up, fly. Nice legs. So keep that little lift in your heart, strengthen your back body. And then if it's helpful, little bend in your standing leg. See if you can lift your back heel level with your front shoulders. Use your inner thigh strength. One last breath. End of your exhale, come back to crescent lunge as soft as you can. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands come down. Walk your hands over the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. Halfway lift, hands to hips, and then rise all the way up to stand. Once you're standing, pivot your heels in, toes out, and again, come into that wide-legged squat. This time, bring your arms out to both sides. Make sure your ankles aren't inside of your knees, but your ankles are straight down from your knees or a little bit further out. Sit as low as you can. Don't let your knees collapse in. Try to press them towards the wall behind you. Next time you inhale, lift your heart. So again, like a standing cow, but you're standing up. Exhale, round, and bring the backs of your hands together in front of you. So curl in, backs of your hands touch. Inhale, open. Lift your heart. Stay in your legs. Exhale, round. Backs of your hands come together. Curl in, hollow out. Couple more times like that. Move with your own breath. Stay low in your legs. Don't let your knees collapse in. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Feel into the mobility of your spine, flexion and extension. Take one more or finish the round you're on. And then arms reach out. So end up with your arms just reaching out, nice neutral spine. Straighten your legs, parallel your feet, take your arms to the sky. And then exhale, swan dive down. You can stay in your wide-legged fold, or we'll move into Skandasana. So come to a halfway lift position. Fingertips can stay on the ground. Start to walk your hands towards the back of your mat as you bend your back knee. Maybe you pivot your back toes towards the back edge of your mat and then left toes up towards the sky. Try to keep your right heel on the ground if at all possible, so your butt comes down towards the ground. Flex through your left toes if they're facing up, and imagine you're trying to pull your heels towards each other. If you have enough strength in your legs, maybe you lift your hands. Take a couple more breaths wherever you're at. And then we'll switch to the other side. So crawl your hands forward. Bend your front knee. All 10 toes can continue to face towards the long edge of your mat, or left toes face towards the front edge. Right toes rotate up towards the ceiling. So let your pelvis move towards the ground. Left heel stays rooted if possible. Yeah, and if your legs have enough strength and integrity, maybe you lift your hands. Last couple of breaths. Good job, friends. Inhale, let's come back to our wide-legged forward fold. So straighten both legs, parallel your feet. Take a halfway lift with your spine. And then crawl your hands to the top of your space. Rotate your toes to the top, or to face forward, I should say. And then three-legged dog. Take your left leg back and up. When you're ready, pigeon pose. Left shin forward, set your body down. You can take regular pigeon or supine or seated. So you do you. Just do it with awareness. Big deep breaths. Use your exhales to let go. So we don't hold these poses long for a long time so that we can tighten around them, so that we can anticipate when we're done. We hold them so we can learn how to be present when we're uncomfortable, when we're bored. We hold them so we can soften breath by breath. So notice, where do you resist? Good hips, Brenda. Where do you tighten? Just by noticing, maybe something starts to shift. So how many times in your life have you been in a situation where you're uncomfortable, or where you're bored, or where it just feels overwhelming? Can you learn to be with that? Not need to run or flight or flight. What is it? Fight or flight? Not need to fight or flight, but just allow yourself to be with whatever's there. Find your big deep breaths. Let your body know it's okay. There's no need to freak out. You can relax. You can soften. Last couple rounds on this side. Open mouth exhales are always welcome. Slowly, end of your exhalation, start to lift your upper body. And we'll meet one more time in three-legged tabletop. So plant your hands, curl your back toes under, and kind of scoot your back knee forward. Unthread your left leg, give it that nice little shake out. Maybe a few circles. And then eventually just extend your left leg straight back, pivot on your right knee so your right foot comes to the outside of your mat, and open up into your modified side plank. So left side of your body is wide open, your heart is open, your hips are open. You're reaching up, or maybe you want to reach forward. Take your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear, and feel into the length of your left side. Good. And then maybe final option, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold. And once you've got it, gentle leverage to work the pose. Try not to kick your foot up, but kick your foot back. Let your heart look up. So if you can keep your toes, your left toes spreading and active, take one last round. Soften around the posture. End of your exhale, release. Back to hands and knees. Any finishing movements on hands and knees or from down dog that you want. So you might take some cat cows, you might take some hip circles, you might take a down dog and move through a vinyasa if you want. So let's say about 5 breaths to do whatever feels good for you, and then meet on your back, transition down to your back. However you want to get there, whichever direction you want to face. And once you are on your back, no rush. Just draw your knees in and find that little rock from side to side. Give your low back a little massage. So keeping your knees together will feel good in your low back. If you want to bring your knees apart or take them in different directions, kind of explore. That'll get you more into your hips. So just feel around for a moment. And then any supine twist of your choice. You can go either direction first. Take about 4 or 5 breaths on each side. Just give your weight to the ground. Let yourself be held and supported. After 4 or 5 rounds on one side, slow transition to the other side. No rush, so take your time. When you feel even on both sides, come back to center. And give yourself about 10 rounds to move through any other poses that your body is calling for. So if you want one final inversion, one final heart opener, you want to rest with your feet together, knees apart. If you want to go straight into your Shavasana, that's also fine with me. And as you settle in, I'll read you this little reading by Jeff Foster. He says, there is beauty in doubt. It keeps the mind curious, open, fresh, away from the harshness of conclusions. There is sacredness in sadness. It keeps the heart soft, mellow, fertilized, ready for the emergence of joy. Even your anger is precious. It brims with life, dignity, passion, the longing to be heard and to fight for those without a voice. Do not push away any feeling. Make room for them. Let them move. Be their home. Be their sanctuary. So it's one of the biggest things I've learned from this practice is that everything is welcome inside of me. So the good as much as the bad, the joy as much as the pain, the light as much as the darkness. So for these last few moments, just be that wide open space for all forms of life energy to flow through. So there is no feeling that is too big. There's no feeling that is bad or wrong. It's all just energy. Let it have space to move. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Start to wiggle through fingers and toes. Just little bits and pieces of movements in your physical body. Start to stretch or reanimate your body. And then eventually roll to either side, fetal position. And take just a moment to rest there, to let your practice really settle and sink in. Maybe there's some way you visualize that for yourself. And then using the strength in your arms, guide yourself up to seated meditation, facing forward. So right back where we began our practice. And as you settle in, notice if anything has shifted since the beginning of class, physically, energetically, emotionally, even just the tiniest bit. Close your eyes and gather your hands to your heart. Bow your head to your heart. Acknowledge yourself for making the effort to show up, to roll out your mat, and to do your practice, to be more present, to pay more attention. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste. She knows when class is over. But that's, yeah, then she shows off her skills. She shows off her skills. All right, friends, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Zoomies. Love you, Zoomies. Hey, kitty baby.
Bye.
Good job, guys. Love you.